Silver Springs, Florida. Hello, this is Jim from RV4x40.com. Welcome to the channel today. We're glad you could join us. We're going to take a tour of Silver Springs, Florida. The springs are the largest artesian spring system in the world, and the springs are also the site of the oldest tourist attraction in the state of Florida. We know the area was seen by the Spanish explorers who came through the area. There's a wooden rowboat at the bottom of the springs that dates back some 400 years. And the area was purchased in 1860 by a local individual, and after the Civil War it turned into an attraction for people. When they would do the grand tour of Florida, they would have to come and see this. You reached it at that point by steamboat along the Silver River. The river flows north from the headwaters here at Silver Springs up towards Jacksonville, where it heads out into the Atlantic Ocean eventually. The waters there are extremely pure. They've been filtered by traveling in an underground river before they bubble up and form the Silver River. And so the water is over 99% pure. It's drinking quality water as it comes out of the ground. And you can see the clarity of the water in the film. And you can see 85 feet down to the bottom of one of the deepest points where there's a huge cave where the water comes out of it. And the number is in the film, but it's several 100,000 gallons of water per day that come out of this particular underground system, so it's very spectacular. The glass bottom boats were introduced in 1878 and became a very popular part of the attraction. And the area around this point was developed with various tourist type of attractions, some good, some not so good. Eventually, as the area developed, the state of Florida became concerned about pollution and the introduction of various chemicals into the spring, so they acquired the land under the spring and eventually a lot of the territory around the spring. There was already a Silver River State Park in the area, and in I believe 2013, when the state took over operation, they eventually merged that into the Silver Springs State Park as it's now known. So it's run by the state. The boats have been very popular since 1878 when they were introduced, and the area has seen hundreds of thousands of visitors a year. I first visited this area in 1956, 1958, somewhere in that time frame on a family vacation from West Virginia down to Florida. And I remember traveling around in those boats, and some of them have been there for that long and longer, so they've been around quite a while. The captain of the boat of the tour we took had been working at the springs for 50 years. When we saw him, he was getting ready to retire at that point. But it was very interesting to hear some of his stories about what went on and his knowledge about the area. Take a look at what you can see through the bottom of a glass bottom boat in Silver Springs, Florida. But we are at Silver Springs State Park for the boat tour. I did this somewhere back in the late 50s. I'm not sure exactly when. I'll maybe see if I can tell from the film. But we're back here today. Chris has never been here.
No, I have not. I'm looking forward to the glass bottom boat, I guess.
Yep, these are historic glass bottom boats, by the way.
Oh.
Hopefully they'll float long enough to get us down the river. So
hang in there.
We'll hang in there as we walk into the park and take some pictures along the way.
Kevin, we need to close those doors. It's cold in here.
It is.
Close. Don't forget my doors, Kevin.
Now you're all locked in.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Florida Silver Springs, world famous glass bottom boat. My name is Oscar. I'll be your boat captain. You need a life preserver you'll find it placed above your head. You unbutton and put around your neck. Don't worry, over 100 years and never had to use one. Most millions of people from all over the world come here to see Florida's most beautiful national landmark. I'm sure some of you all have been here before. Glad to have you. That's a regular piece of glass you're looking through. It's all a half-inch thick. It's not magnified. This is the Silver River. There's no artificial lighting in Silver River. Those dark blue fish, those are shad. The blues are shad. That grass on the bottom, that's eel grass. That grass grows anywhere from 3 to 5 feet. Stays green year-round, but not grow above the water level. Most of Silver River put out 850 million gallons of water every 24 hours. Water is 72 degrees year-round, 99.8% pure enough to drink. People have been coming to Silver Springs for over 100 years taking a boat ride. A lot of movies been made here. Over 50% of sea hunt movies. Lloyd Bridges, Tarzan, Creature from the Black Lagoon, I Spy, Bill Cosby, James Bond, Moonraker, Smoking the Bandit. The water gradually gets deeper. It gradually gets deeper. Up there good. Big long fish. That was a godfish.
Mom, do you see how long this is?
The depths of water over this spring, 35 feet. The bottom of the river, limestone rock, snail shells, and sand. So you can round up some of those fish. Small with the stripes, those will be your brown bluegill. Take one more look. Good. A lot of bluegills feeding there. A lot of more look. 35 feet. Big mudfish there. That's the one that got away. Take one more look. This is spring where a creature from the Black Lagoon was found. I had a man on the boat yesterday thought he saw the creature. There was a shadow in the glass. A lot of visualizing here, beautiful.
Well, Mommy, look at these branches. Mom, look at the branches. The seaweed is really big. Look how tall it's
There's a nice spring, really deepest spring on the river here. This
Look how
spring here is 81 feet. All the glass close below your folks.
seaweed gets so
Very
high.
good look. That's a bottomless pit there. That's a bottomless pit. 81 feet.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
And that spring is the latest pollen, which is often called a Florida snowstorm. This will be the only place in Florida that snows year round. Only place in the world where it snows up instead of down. That's your limestone rock and snail shell. Beautiful. It resembles snow.
That's where the water comes
All the way you can tell how the water is coming in by the movement of that lime rock.
from. That's what
The water purifies itself through the lime rock. And good look. Good look. And that's the water here, 55 feet.
That is the biggest bottle thing
That's why the glass up front below. You see a cave. That's your cave up front. See that ledge? That's your cave. That cave is 12 feet high, 65 feet wide. Out of that cave flow 550 million gallons of water every 24 hours. I'll flip the boat around and you get another look at that cave.
Look at that. Oops, seaweed. Now watch for the cave. Look at that.
What's all this different stuff on the lot?
Oh, that's your cave. Only 72 degrees.
Mommy, why is there so much wood stuff on
Trees fall in the water. That's where they land. There.
Like, how does wood get into things? And bottles and should get into bottles. Sink, Mommy. How do they get in the bottle?
What?
Chips.
Let's follow the glass up front, below you on the bottom. Get a chance to see some statues. All the glass up front, folks. All your statues on the bottom there. They was put here
See the
using a
statues?
television series I Spy, starring Robert Cullen, Bill Cosby. We get a good look. You also use one of those statues as Moonraker with James Bond.
What did statue
You want to get a good look. Everyone see the statues all right? They were put in 1962. And that's the Mountain Mountain made the movie.
They were put there in 1960.
1962, yes ma'am. Yeah, the movie. Everyone see that.
How did they get put there? What?
Somebody put them there.
How did they put them there?
I don't know anything.
I see something.
All the way you can tell which way the water is flowing by the Eel Branch. 5 miles per hour. This water flows into 2 more rivers, the Ocklawaha to St. John's, all the way to Lancaster. That's about 150 miles from here, on the other side of Jacksonville, Florida. One of the few rivers that flows north. Let's follow the glass up front below you on the bottom. You'll see a long piece of wood. That's an old dugout canoe, similar in canoe. And a cypress wood. Pretty good size canoe here. Over 400 years old dugout canoe. Get a good look. All that you can do. Close to right of that canoe on the bottom. You'll see a long piece of rock. That rock looks like the backbone of a dinosaur. While the glass, I moved the boat along the right side of that canoe there. You may even see that rock. You come on the glass here. That's your rock there. It looked like the backbone of a dinosaur. Years ago, we thought it was the backbone of a dinosaur. Next spring will be one of the most beautiful springs on the river. The beautiful blue grotto. This spring sometimes shows beautiful rainbow colors. They're good. 25 feet. Next spring is Cypress Spring. Girl on the bottom. And this follow glass up front, below you on the bottom. Get a chance to see a cypress log. That little cypress log been in the water for about 100 years. Preserved itself through the years. Pretty good size long cypress. Take one more look. Cypress only grow an inch and a half in diameter every 47 years. Let's look close. To your right that log, below the glass, you'll see a rowboat. That old rowboat is said to be used by the Spanish. Cypress wood, on the glass, I moved the boat along the right side.
Right there, Jonas.
There's your size boat there.
The boat?
All that's your rowboat.
Right there.
It's not Spanish. The old boat there is over 400 years old.
Wow.
Florida gets its name from the Spanish. Florida means land of flowers.
Well, we've wrapped up our visit to Silver Springs here in Silver Springs, Florida, the Glass Bottom Boat Tour. They've been there since 1875, and I didn't know this till we got here, but this is now a state park. The boat rides are run by the state as part of the state park system. They acquired the land around the area in 1998, and then the acquired the actual Silver Springs area itself, the visitors attraction in I think it was 2013. So they've run it for going on 6 years now, and so that's now a state-owned tourist attraction. It's one of the oldest attractions probably in the country. Certainly it's the oldest known tourist attraction in the state of Florida, and one of the best known. So you've seen it in films from Creature from the Black Lagoon, the old Johnny Weissmuller, Tarzan movies used this as a filming location, and a number of other TV shows, including Sea Hunt and whatever else. So you've probably seen pictures of it without necessarily knowing what it was. So we'll try and get back and look at this footage and see if we can sort out something that makes sense to put up as a YouTube video. What did you think about it, Chris?
Well, it was really cool to see the fish and all the wildlife, or the greenery under the water, and the turtles. It was really fun. Our captain has been working in that position for 50 years, so he was very interesting to talk with and hear his comments about the area that we were looking at. It was really fun.
All right. Well, we hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this quick look at Silver Springs and had a good time. If you're in the area and haven't been to Silver Springs, or haven't been there in a while, I encourage you to go back and take a look. It's a rather spectacular and very unique site that you're going to not see very many other places. In the meantime, if you like the video, we'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we'd also appreciate it if you would do that. Then click on the bell icon so you'll be notified when we post a new video, which we try to do every Thursday, things permitting. In the meantime, as we travel the highways and byways of America, exploring different places, we hope to run into you and to say hi. If not, we hope to see you back here on the channel next week.